Hey gang, what's up? Jason EMMITT here, and how would you like to hear a little bit of Marvel news? There have been many rumblings in the Marvel Cinematic Universe in the last couple of weeks, and I'm going to try to fill you in on what I've heard so far. Now I want to get this out there. I like Marvel. I'm in the camp that even some of the lower tier films in Marvel are better than other companies' upper end movies. Now I liked, not loved, Thor: Love and Thunder. I liked Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. The Marvels, yes, I actually enjoyed She-Hulk. I think people who didn't just missed what it was trying to do. I do think they will be better off slowing, things down to one film a year and focusing more on story and effects and chill on rushing things out. And they do have a few films I'm really not that big of a fan of. The first two Thor movies, for example. Oddly enough, the third Thor movie is one of my favorites, but we'll get into that at some other point. Now, lately, there have been a ton of questions regarding certain properties. Where they are, will they return, will they get a movie or a show? And recently, we got ourselves a little update on a few of those properties. First up, Wonder Man and Ironheart on Disney+. Both those were thought to have gotten the axe. But according to Brad Winderbaum, Marvel's head of streaming, television, and animation, we're editing both of those shows as we speak. They're spectacular, they're amazing, and they're different. We're able to explore corners of the universe that are really exciting. Riri Williams is one of them, and I cannot wait for people to meet Simon Williams. This is actually really interesting news because both of these were thought to have been cut from the roster. Now, no word on premiere dates, but it is expected they will both come out in 2025. We were also told that Nova will in fact be making a debut in the MC universe sometime soon. Whether that's going to be in a show or in a movie, we don't really know yet. But I personally think introducing a character like Nova, that's going to be a step up for Marvel. And that's going to help pull fans back in. Now, we have more news, but can you give me like 20 seconds to mention our sponsors, our amazing sponsors, BustedTees.com. If you haven't checked out BustedTees.com, why not? They have geeky-inspired apparel from all your favorite TV shows, games, and movies. They have shirts, hats, stickers, socks, all kinds of stuff. And if you go to pick something up, when you hit the checkout, drop in our code, Jason25945, and you're going to get 20% off your purchase. Pretty awesome, right? Again, that code is Jason25945, and that's over at BustedTees.com. Now, if you haven't been paying attention, there's something that you likely missed, and that's the fact that Thunderbolts is currently filming. So Thunderbolts is being worked on right now. We've seen a few little tiny behind-the-scenes shots, and I'm really looking forward to that, too. Last, let's talk Kang the Conqueror. Now, this one has been up in the air for a couple of reasons. The first, and I will admit this, he's been introduced in Loki and Ant-Man, and his impact hasn't been anywhere near that of Thanos. Ant-Man beat him the first time we were introduced to him. Ant-Man is awesome, but not one of the strongest Avengers. People weren't feeling him as the big bad, and things were not working in the way Marvel had hoped. And then we got that controversy in the arrest of Jonathan Majors, and it looked like curtains for the character. People started guessing Marvel might shift to a new major villain, but according to recent reports, they're still going to be using Kang for Avengers 5 and Secret Wars. But new rumors suggest he might not be alone. It has been hinted at that a second bad guy might be added to up the threat level. Now, who might that be? We really don't know. Nor do we know who's going to be taking over the role of Kang now that Jonathan Majors is out. I've heard a lot of people say a lot of things, and yes, I agree. John Boyega would be a great choice to take over the role, but he has said in the past he's not really interested in joining the MCU at this time. John David Washington would be a great addition, and I've heard a lot of folks who want to see Coleman Domingo in the role. I'm a massive fan of Coleman Domingo, but again, he's a little bit older. I don't know. He could probably pull it off, though. Here's the thing. What if Marvel got creative with their writing and made it so the High Evolutionary was a variant of Kang? They could shift Chukwudi Iwuji and tie it back into an already existing property. There have also been a few speculations that Loki's Judge Ravonna Renslayer, played masterfully by Gugu Mbatha-Raw, may have in fact been a variant of Kang, which means, again, already in the MCU. Or maybe those variants we've seen have in fact already been defeated, and we're introduced to a younger variant who becomes Iron Lad in the comics. I personally kind of like the idea that the Kangs we've seen thus far are just variants of the one we're going to end up facing off with. It also explains a lot of how Ant-Man might have beat him, and how he's just growing stronger and learning things. I like the idea that one of the people we've already met might become that final variant. But what do you guys think? Who would you like to see take on the mantle? And do you think adding a second villain to the end of the multiverse saga is a good play?
Thank you for watching the mixtape. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Click the bell icon for notifications when new videos come out. And remember to always stay awesome.